Hello, I'm Bigger Calves, and welcome to another solo CM money run example. I figured with the upcoming buffs to the Chambers loot table, and specifically CMs, there might be some renewed interest in running solo chambers. So yeah, here's a new commentated run. Gonna do this live, try my best not to make too many mistakes. This setup is pretty similar to the last one I had. The differences are that I'm bringing Emberlight instead of Burning Claws. They are just strictly better now. Voidwake instead of ZCB. This is a little bit better, about 7 seconds over the raid, but it's harder to use. So it's up to you if you want to bring the Voidwake or not. And then we've got a prep setup. We're leaving some space. We don't bring any brews or resource in because we're prepping anyways. Prep setups are around 5,000 points per hour less, but they are much more consistent. So it's kind of up to you and your skill level if that's worth it to you. If you want to check, you can think about it like that. If you die at Olm, for example, in 1 in 7 raids or more because of no prep, you're better off doing prep. So let's say you run out of brews at Olm or something. That would be a typical example of where like it's like should have prepped. Okay, that's pre-pot. Like it's super combat and anti-poison. Run in on 0. Maul on aggressive for the first hit. Like 1 extra max hit. Summon a Thrall. On accurate for the second one. Scythe on accurate. You don't lose max hits. We got 2 mauls, which is great, but it's not worth resetting for a second maul. And step away here at the end, very important. Gives you an extra scythe swing right there. This close lure that I'm doing is better than the far lure that a lot of people do back here. Just because waiting for him to walk up to you just costs too much time. Once he's back, click him to attack the first possible tick. And then you're back in cycle again. Hopefully we get a 1 anvil, but it's looking good. Promising. Oh, did I say anything? No, I said something. Okay, surely. When he dies here, be careful because you're gonna get barraged. Sip and drop the enhance. Grab the T-bow. Drag yourself with the T-bow. Tank the orb. Saves like 5 seconds or so. Well worth on a prep raid. You don't need that HP. Okay. Getting all these crabs here. Last crab was taking a while for some reason. I like to tag 2 crabs here and then another crab once I walk over. Just makes it so they don't stack on top of each other. Makes the whole thing a little bit less annoying. Okay, if you grab this crab from far away, just make sure to walk to this tile. Otherwise it can do aggro on you if you're too far away. But just walking makes it consistent. Okay, we get into our Emberlight. Run up here and eat that angler. We brought an axe, which saves about 5 seconds. Funny, right? How the axe is about the same time save as bringing a Void Waker over ZCB. So start chopping, and then click the tinderbox, and then continue chopping. And now we're at the front. Oh, bad. So yeah, we chop until we get about 26 to 28. And we want about 4.5 stacks of kindling. What I'm doing now is I'm dropping the kindling over here instead of at the brazier. This just means that I can continuously chop here instead of interrupting my cycle every time I go to drop off a stack of kindling. And I'm running back and forth for every tile, for every stack, no matter what. Doesn't matter if I do it at the start or at the end. So here I'm already sorting my items. Get the Elder Maul here, pickaxe, ZGS, and the stamina. And I'm getting my other items here. getting ready for what I want to deposit a little bit. Ah, clicking. Okay, stack 4. Okay, we start depositing. Okay, you can step a stamina here. And we deposit these 4 items. You overload, drop these items. Make sure your Ember Light is on slash. If you stab the Vasa crystals last trade, it will be on stab. Oh, don't forget to summon a Thrall. But I guess it just died super fast anyways. Get the mushroom and thing. You can Void Wrecker spec these Shamans. Pecanbread has a guide in his solo CM video. It's about 2.5 seconds time save. So for me, for money run, it's not worth the hassle. But your opinion may differ. Throwing it out there. Okay, get your seeds. You avoid Wrecker and offhand. Plant the seeds first. Grab a spade, drop the seeds. Then we deposit Ember Light, then potions, then our mage switch. Gives us enough space to prep. And clean as you go. Just clean and click back on the bush in the same tick. Okay, deposit these 6 items here, get your 8 the mage switch, get your 3 potions here. Then sort the inventory on the way down. Also chug a brew. A restore as well. It's on long range, summon a Thrall. Or don't. Thrall optional, I would say. Can be kind of annoying. I hit 40, so I'm going for like half switch hit. And then step out and back in to get that people off. 130 HP. So as long as we hit like a 55 or below with the Void Wrecker, we can go for a second. We didn't. So we're going for the Major here. You can flick to Augury if you're not attacking. For some extra defense if you want. Does make a huge difference. Okay. I'll go on this guy. As I click out, I flick to melee prey for tick. And now we Void Waker again. Want to get some death charge? Maybe we can get a third Void Waker off. We kill the ranger last. Okay. Oh, I thought he died. Would have been very annoying if he lived there. The tick, the tick regened on me. And make sure you chug off that restore. So at Thieving, we're doing something called over Thieving, which means that basically we're going close to 30 and then going to 40. Okay, bats. Let's set this. Want to deposit here 4 brews, 1 restore. Make space for Vasa pots, Vespula pots. Okay, we're just below 30. Now we're gonna thieve these 3 chests until we're done. So we're at 39 or 40. Okay, 1 more. So deposit these brews and restores and get your stamina out. Into your mage gear overload. I think it overload turned off at the end of Vanguards. Hopefully I wasn't unoverloaded for half the room. When you come up here, you can Vile Vigor if you brought smoke runes. Save on stamina if you want, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, summon a Thrall here because you're point milking Vespula. If you have an anti-poison going, you can hit her until 35% HP. And if not, until 60%. This is just extra points because Vespula gives twice as many points as everything else in the raid. Normally, everything gives 4 points per damage, and the Vespula gives 8 points. So it's very worth looking for points. Oh. Yeah, if you mess up like that, just drink a brew. Nothing you can do. Waiting for the 1 and then running in. Or just drink, drink some extra enhance. Okay. Have a brew. Into a T-bow. So we're doing the point milking tech again. The low damage tech again. Means we're abusing the fact that back here, we're out of render distance for the rangers. So we can just simply hit the rangers and trade 1-to-1 with the mages, as long as they stay in the front lane. Stamina here. Yeah, so that's the tech. Run back and forth. Here, I'm not gonna bother because I'm prepping, so I'll just do this. We have enough supplies. Flicking melee armor like that is really helpful against these guys. Was brewing on 25 tick intervals or 15 seconds. Okay. We want about 1.5 brews going down and like a little bit under 2 restores. This is perfect. So all we're gonna grab now is a pickaxe and ZGS. You could also grab a 3rd brew, but then the inventory management gets a bit annoying. But you can. Now we're sitting at 40 to 50 HP here, ideally. Because the Vasa Flame, when you enter, does damage based on your current HP. Where's our... Oh, where are our rooms? Vanguards are decent. Everything below 230 is decent for me. Definitely not speedrun pace, but... can also summon a ranged thrall here if you want. And sometimes save you a room cycle, which is 4 ticks. Because it can speed up the death animation. Ranged thrall has the slowest projectile speed. And you want a projectile in the air for the speed up to work. So that's why. I'm gonna move my ring out the way here, just to make my Voidwaker switch a little bit easier in a second. We get to Vasa. I'm doing this diagonal pattern to be closer to the door. Because you want to leave the store on the first possible tick. Okay, so equip the Voidwaker first, spam this doorway. We get into our range gear. We put the range gear down there, but fine. At the end of the world if you can't get a full switch off. Most important is to not lose ticks. So you can just do a 6-way, whatever, because see, you can get a Ebo in right before it hits the crystal on this crystal. Ruin 15 tick intervals if you can, 25 tick intervals if you can. Now it's very important that you death charge at Vasa. Because you want every death charge possible, because you're using 100% spec here compared to the 75 with the ZCB. That's dead. Finish off the brew. Brew up to full here. Mystic's a bit more consistent. Summon a thrall. Drag the Mystics in. Plotting my gear for Muttadiles. Very important to get the death charge going as soon as possible. Running through. Okay. Now we're sorting our gear. And now our goal is to enter Muttadiles with as high HP as possible. So we brew every 25 ticks. Or even more, if necessary. Get into melee mode. Okay. And click that tile to delay a tick on entry. So you get put right under Muttadile. Instantly start 5 ticking. So you spec here. Make sure you search pot. Make sure you death charge the baby Mutta. Journey overload. Get Mama Mutta. The ticky there as I went for the DGS because he was melting me. Okay, he's dead. Or she's dead. Sorry, Mama. Okay. Now what I like to do here is refresh my overload, no matter what. Because we get, with the prep rate, we get a lot of supplies. So we can enter Olm with as high HP as possible in the fresh overload. Check everything away. The restore. Deposit your items. Get your maul, one restore, and fill up with brews. Whoops, it was only 5. 4. Okay. So put the shadow on accurate, summon a thrall. Meant to sip my stamina as well before I enter Olm, that was a mistake. But I guess we'll make do. So we'll have to be a bit more careful with our prayer now. And our run energy specifically. So all the prayer gets turned into run energy, obviously. Click to tank if you can. No, I have to put it in accurate. Also get the insta teleport. Great. Bruin 25s. For Scythe camping, I like to Scythe camp on the non-flame phases. Which is basically World Scythe. Synderis has a guide. It was not quite correct, I lost a tick there, but yeah, the whole idea is to only skip the teleports and otherwise keep scything. Because if you're doing 3 to 1, you're losing ticks every cycle. There's a 16 tick cycle with a 5 tick weapon. And since we're prepping and we have a ton of brews, I just like to do this instead. Okay, summon the thrall. Try to walk as much as possible. Here. Start with a long range. We go for 2. And the drag. Oh yeah, definitely pre-sip a stamina. If you have an extended stamina, that pre-sip lasts like half the home. Makes your life a lot easier. Okay, let's see what we got here. I like to 3-1 on the flame phases. Kind of risking a flame ball here, but can't be asked to deal with it properly. So we got two autos from Olm. That means we do a 2-1. Fix the cycle. If you're doing 3-1, it's best to just camp Mage Spray, no matter what the last attack was. That's because it can do something what I like to call ghost switching. So basically, every time you skip an auto, it still has a chance to switch on that auto, which means that back-to-back attacks are less likely than you think. So even if you attack with range last, the chance of a mage attack is pretty high. So, and because you're in melee gear, obviously you want to protect against mage more, because against range attacks you're already very unlikely to get hit. Okay, overload's running out. Get on the first hit. For a triple brew here. If you don't have a stamina, you want to keep your prayer low and fill up your run energy as much as you can. So right there notice I was 50 prayer, which if I get hit by a orb will get drained and wasted. So I'd rather convert it into a run energy early on. Okay. For P3, I also like to do 3-1. First we get teleports here. Getting acid walk while you're setting up is really annoying. Okay, we got 2 autos, so we do a 2-1. 6. A range throw. Right here. Make it safe. Now up to brew. Pull. Restore and then Wild Vigor. Get rid of the excess prayer. Some unfortunate hits here, but that's fine. So, yeah. I would say this was a run that was a bit on the fast side. Sub 30 with prep is pretty quick, I would say. Normally my raids are more like 30 or so. With 30 and assuming, let's say it's 32 minutes including banking per raid, that's still 125k points per hour. And if the rates on the blog are correct from last week, so I don't have the newest logs yet as of recording this video, that would be an equivalent of around 135k points per hour in a regular solo. So, pretty good. If you like this video, please subscribe. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.